Kevin Kelly. I'm 35 years in the travel hospitality industry. I've spent my first 10 years with Aramark, a big hospitality company, so got good experience in the parks business with Aramark. Moved on to Delaware North, who, again, a privately held company in the hospitality world. Started with operational with Delaware North at places like Kennedy Space Center and Yosemite National Park, being the operational lead in those areas. So really got my operational experience with Delaware North in those areas. Promoted to president of Parks and Resorts for Delaware North. Hotel company, attraction company, still privately held, family-owned company out of Buffalo, New York. Had to move to Buffalo to do that. So didn't quite win the lottery on that one. Transitioned into we're running their airport division for them as well. So airport hospitality, it's food and beverage, it's retail. We're in 20 airports in North America, 250 plus restaurants, 28 stores, 400 plus million in revenue. So again, good experience over a 12-year stretch where I was divisional lead for those two different companies. All very much destination, attraction-based, or monopolistic characteristics of our relationships. Relationships are always with a client that's contract-based, federal, state, local, municipality kind of contract. Left Delaware North and joined a firm called Hornblower Group. I've known the CEO for 20 years from his park experience. And he got bought out by private equity a year and a half ago. So they restructured his company, where he's still the CEO, into three verticals. One vertical is overnight cruises. One vertical is dining cruises. And the third vertical is me, contracts and ferries. So I'm back doing work with the National Park Service, and that I do ferry service at the Alcatraz, at the Liberty Island, and for Statue of Liberty. Contract with Canadian government for Niagara Falls, where we do boat service out to the falls, and then ferry services like New York City is our biggest client. We got a 40 boat service in New York City doing transportation for New York, and we're close to signing on with a P3 authority in Puerto Rico on a 9-boat ferry system in Puerto Rico. So again, the diversity of experience, the diversity of contracts, including now P3, has been terrific. So how I got with Blackmore was, as I was looking to transition away from a company I had done 23 years with, I was trying to figure out how to really apply my work experience in a way that I think you keep telling me this. Stop working for the wage and get some ownership, right? And again, the company I was working for, privately held, they paid well, but there was no opportunity for equity. It was all family owned. So I started to look for work while I was working with you, and I realized the people I was interviewing with were private equity folks, and so all the seminars I was doing, all the teachings that you were giving us through readings and or webinars or whatever. Man, it really helped me be a much better.
You probably closed too.
It just made me better educated on how to have a conversation with private equity. Enter my new job, who's owned by private equity. What I found out today was very helpful on how I'm going to navigate tomorrow.
Give me some insights.
Board governance. I mean, we do have a board, and people keep going, oh, well, we have to bring that back to the board. Well, at the end of the day, it's really not a governing board. It really is an advisory board, and the private equity has 80% say, and the owner, who's still the CEO, has 20% say, and that's the end of the story, right? So don't fall into that story of, well, the board's got to approve it. There's a couple of people that have to approve it.
That's right.
You know, and I'll tell you, probably my highlight of the day was sitting with Bill Kidd.
Yeah.
And Bill, I presented my thesis, and then Bill started asking a bunch of questions. And I don't think it was the questions that it was the fact that he asked these questions that is making me pivot now a little bit on how I'm thinking about where the opportunity really does lie and what is my avenue into this airport thesis that I have. And again, I think what Bill really had me think was that, look, you got to get a deal. You got to bring a deal forward, and it's got to be one that you can grow on. And again, the pivot is
Buy, build, grow.
And so buy, build, grow is absolutely, well, that's been my story all along, but it's that first buy is what Bill helped me with. And my thinking is pivoted today. So real helpful.
Yeah, and it just started. You've only just begun.
Oh, I know. And look, it's not, this is not a sprint.
No.
And I don't treat it as a sprint. It's a marathon. I don't have to win the race in the next 50 minutes.
And there's so many nuances to everything.
Yeah,
so,
I agree. So it was helpful. Yeah, so I appreciate it.
Well, shall I get Chris in touch with you? Would you like to come back to more conferences, do Blackmore next?
Yeah, potentially. Potentially. I mean, it's
it's a long-term thing because you're probably not getting equity.
I know. I do.
You did get a piece.
I did get a piece. Yep. So
it's hard to do usually they divvied it all up.
And so I was worried about that, but no, they gave me. I got a bunch of units offered to me. So,
nice.
but again, like everyone said, they got to get their piece out first, and so they're doing that mark to market kind of measurement periodically, just to understand, not that they're paying off of it, just to give it's almost a wellness check, right? Just to keep us engaged and in it.
Your shares increase.
That's right. So, and I appreciate that as well. So, I'm enjoying working for this company, but growing pains. I mean, everything they talked about, ownership and the growing pains of that, and
first 3 years, the most painful because you're going through the professionalization.
That's
and
right.
At the same time, trying to go, how else can we grow at the same time?
Right.
To fuel more investment.
That's right.
Because you other people are trying to do things too.
Yeah.
There's a land grab out there. And only so much
I'm competing for dollars too. Yeah. Well, and I did that in my prior job, but yeah, competing for dollars now. I mean, if you're private equity, if you have $10 million to invest, who's got the best deal?
Yeah, who's got the best deal, and that goes in the business unit, right?
That's right.
Looking at where do I do it?
Yeah,
and this gives you more and more the deepening of the language, what they're doing, and you can ask more better questions, which can help you better align your investment.
Working for a private company before, you go to a family-owned company, you go to the owner, right?
Yeah.
But now it is a little more nuanced, so it is helpful to understand that this ghost board isn't really a board. It really does come down to just a couple of people.
The two partners, the main partner and his backup.
That's right.
Yeah. And then they will always go to the owner because they want to keep him happy and because they don't want to get in and run it.
Which I get,
When he's maybe 3 or 4 years in and they've really made sure that all the bones have been uncovered and they've got that running, only then. But they're going to also keep going, so we've got those 3 people.
So it's been good. So I appreciate all the help you've given me.